Hello again. In this video I'll demonstrate how to get an efficient workflow when working with jsNMR and computer simulated NMR spectra. In this video I'll work with Simpson, so I open up a terminal and I go into the directory where I have my input files. You see here that I have an input file called fitasg.in. That's an input file that we've just published in a recent JMR paper of 2014. Now, if I first run the simulation, a typical workflow would be to use Simplot to visualize the spectrum. In this simulation, I'm going to fit an experimental spectrum, so in this case I'll plot both the simulated and the experimental spectra. If I want to use jsNMR, I'll open the empty spectrum at the website given here. Then I'll use the mouse to drag the experimental and the simulated spectra on the window and they'll display right away. Now, if I want to change some parameters, for instance, I'll go back to the input file, change the parameter and run the simulation once again. Okay, so in this case I'll select the old simulation, delete it, and then I'll take the new simulation and drag it back over the window. Okay, this works nicely, but we should remember that I started out from an empty jsNMR window. So if I reload the website, I'll start all over with an empty jsNMR window. So I need to drag the experimental spectrum all over to it. Now what I can do is I can choose to save the experimental spectrum as a new jsNMR. I'll save it here on the desktop and call it 15bc.html because it's an HTML file. I'll then go and locate this HTML file on the desktop, open it, and you see that it contains the experimental spectrum. So I can take new simulations, drag them over, reload, and then I'm back with the experimental spectrum. That's very nice. In Simpson there's a third option. You can actually load a jsNMR TCL library into Simpson and then you get the possibility of saving directly to jsNMR spectrum format. You even have the option to save several spectra like experimental and simulated spectra, and you can even save them with your desired title. So to finish off this example, I'll run the simulation where I use the opt.tcl package to simulate the nuclear spin interaction parameters to the experimental spectrum, saved directly from Simpson in jsNMR format, simulated an experimental spectra with the titles specifying that it's experimental and simulated. I hope you have learned something from this video tutorial. Thank you for your attention.